Hi there, it's Bonnie with So Inspired by Bonnie with another Tuesday's tip. And today what we're going to talk about are the various colorations of GlitterFlex, the Holo, the Rainbow, Neon, and the Ultras, and how they're different. This is one of my most frequently asked questions. Another question we're going to cover is it washable and dryable? So we're going to cover those. I do have a couple announcements. Please go ahead and let me know where you're coming in from, excuse me, in the comment section. Go ahead and like and share the page. As you know, Facebook sends this out to more people, the more people that like and share the post. And this post is free for everyone to share. I'm going to come over here and refresh the page to make sure we are live and everything is up and working appropriately. Hi there. I see some of you coming on in. And I have another announcement, which is I have a little tip at the end that I just kind of ran across on my own when I was out shopping, and I want to share that with you because I know a lot of us are going to be shopping very soon for the holidays, and so I just wanted to get that out there. Hi Lorraine, hi Monica, Anna, and Sandy. So we have several of you showing up. And then another announcement I wanted to make is I do have a new blog post up which covers kind of a refresher course, or for those of you that are new to GlitterFlex, it gives you some information on how to fuse GlitterFlex. So you'll want to go to my website at www.soinspiredbybonnie.com to check out the new blog post about GlitterFlex and some fusing principles. Okay, so one of my most frequently asked questions are, what is the difference between all these different types of GlitterFlex? How do I know which one to choose? And can I wash it? How do I take care of it? So we're going to cover that. I'm going to start off with holograms. Now, the Holo GlitterFlex is short for hologram. And holograms, as you know, are kind of 3D visuals of a picture. So, and I'm going to be in and out of the screen. I apologize, but I didn't know how else to show the GlitterFlex up close for you. We're going to start with the holograms, as I mentioned. Here is the Holo Gold Rush. Now, it's not 3D, it's not bumpy, you know, it's not going to stand up off of the GlitterFlex. Hi, Teresa. But what it does do is I think the holograms have a little bit more depth to them. They just seem to have not a 3D effect, but I would say a little bit more depth to the colorations. Now the Holo Gold Rush has a little bit of, I would say when the light hits it just right, you might see a little bit of a fiery red, or you might see a little teeny touch of green, several different little golds in there. They're very, very subtle, but it kind of gives it more depth. And as you can see, the Holo Gold Rush really has a ton of sparkle. They all have a ton of sparkle. Here's the one of our newer colors, the Holo Silver Sparkle. Again, it's got some depth to it, a little bit of different colorations in there, but very, very subtle in the differences of the colorations. One of our newer colors, again, is the Tungsten, the Holo Tungsten. When I roll that, you can see how the light hits the glitter and it really sparkles. So there's a little bit more depth to the hologram types of colors of GlitterFlex. What I will say on the various types of GlitterFlex, you fuse them the same, you can wash and care for them the same, that all stays the same. It's mainly just the type of coloration. So when you're thinking of your projects, do you want the absolute most brilliant color that is, you know, really bright, or do you want a softer, it's still super sparkly, but maybe a softer shade of it, or do you want a little mix of colors? So that's where this kind of comes in. So that gives you an idea of the holograms. And if I'm going along showing some stuff and you're on my website or something and bouncing back and forth between the live feed and my website, and you see a color that you might want to see, or you have a question about it, just let me know and we'll try to get that answered. Also, the questions will roll, so I won't be able to answer everything while I'm live because I can't see all the questions while I'm live, but I will go back and answer them once we're off. So please ask away. Here is my little sampling of the rainbow GlitterFlex. And the rainbow colors to me are a little bit softer kind of color. But rainbow, just like the rainbow in the sky, has a little bit of a mixture. Now they're not like the rainbow in the sky where you see definite changes of color. All the colorations are kind of blended and very, very subtle. So let me give you a sample here. You have one of our popular yellows here is the rainbow yellow. Now if I hold this, when I'm looking at it, there's a lot of change to the brilliance as I move this around. The live feed is not showing it as sparkly as it really is to the naked eye, but you can see that this is kind of a softer yellow. It's bright, but it's not going to be a neon yellow. Let me grab a neon. I'm getting ahead of myself, but you can see the difference here if I put them side by side. Neon is going to be almost like a glow-in-the-dark kind of color. It does not glow in the dark, don't get me wrong, but it's that really super-duper bright neon color. Can you show any without the clear carrier on? All of these have the clear carrier on them. Here is, I'll show if I can find the dark gold. Here's one without the clear carrier, and that's going to be one of the ultras. So that's that's getting a little ahead of myself. If I find the dark gold with the clear carrier on, I'll put them up side by side so you can see the difference. The rainbows, again, are going to be a little bit softer in coloration, but they're still, excuse me, super sparkly. Another question I get asked a lot is, what is the difference between the rainbow white and then let's see, I think it's called rainbow white opaque, and then the rainbow AB white. The AB white is short for Aurora Borealis, and Aurora Borealis, as you know, or maybe you don't, has different colorations in it. Think of snow. When the light or the sun hits the snow, you'll see different colors when the snow sparkles out in your yard. Well, that's kind of what the rainbow Aurora Borealis does. It kind of sparkles, in my opinion, like snow in the sunlight. The rainbow opaque white is more of a solid white. It's still very sparkly, but it doesn't have any of the different colorations in it that the Aurora Borealis does. Very similar, but a little bit different. So maybe, for example, if you're doing some Halloween designs, you might not want to use something that looks like snow. But maybe if you're doing a Santa Claus out in the snow, you might want to use the Aurora Borealis Rainbow AB White. So that gives you an idea on those. The Rainbow Cotton Candy is just like the name says. It's kind of like cotton candy, but it's very sparkly and subtle and soft. Whoops! Bouncing away from me. Okay, so that kind of covers the rainbows. Let's get into the neons. Let's see. Oh, I put in my rainbow yellow in with the neons. That does not go there. These are the neons. Now, the neon GlitterFlex are going to be your brightest colors. They're still super sparkly, but think summer. You know, to me, hot summer, bright. So I think of the neons for there. Here's your, I think this is neon. I think it's the coral pink. This is the neon coral pink. Super bright, as you can see. It's got a lot of sparkle. Again, I think there's just a little bit of variation in the glitter. There's a little bit of different in the colorations of the glitter. It's not just a solid pink on the glitter. There's a little subtle difference on the glitter colorations. Here's one of our newer colors. That's the neon rainbow lavender. I have to look at my cheat sheet to remember all these colors. Neon rainbow lavender, and it is gorgeous. It's it again has a little bit of different colors going on in there, but they're all blended together. It's not like in stripes or anything like that. So when you think rainbow, don't think that it's rainbow like the sky. It's going to be more of, there's a little bit of a mixture of colors, GlitterFlex that are in, you know, just kind of blended in on the GlitterFlex. So those are the neons. Okay, let's go into the ultras. Now the ultras, there's got to be an exception to everything, but the ultras are going to be, in my opinion, more solid in color. So the glitter within the ultras are going to be like a solid red or a solid green or so on and so forth. However, as I said, there's got to be an exception to every rule. There are a few colors within the ultra colorway that are multicolor. You've got your light multi, which has some variations of color in it, and you can see that there's a few different little colors of glitter in that GlitterFlex there with the multi. The multi has a little bit more pinky hue. And then the other two that I can think of, there's only the 4 in the ultra shades that have more than one color, is the white with gold, which is a white sparkly one with some gold flakes in there. And then there's the white with silver, which is a white sparkle with the silver flake in there. And I know that the carrier is causing some glare, so you're not seeing the full gamut of the sparkle. But here we found a dark gold with the carrier, and here's the dark gold without the carrier. So if I lay them on top, it kind of gives you an idea of the difference in your sparkle. It's going to be a whole lot sparklier once the clear carrier has been taken off. Okay, so that kind of explains the differences between the various colors and how they are made up in the GlitterFlex. I did the exception. Okay, I'm reading my notes just to make sure I don't forget anything. Another thing, I'm hoping that it kind of showed the colors, at least, on the live feed better than I can do with a still photo. As you know, anything that sparkles catches the light once there's movement in it. When you take a still picture, that kills the movement, so it kills a lot of the sparkle, unfortunately. Another thing to bear in mind is that every monitor, every computer screen is going to display colors slightly different than the next one. It all depends on the graphic card that you have in your computer. So if you have a question about any of these colors, please write into our support line, support@soinspiredbybonnie.com, and we will help answer and guide you to the right colors for the project that you want to create. So don't be afraid to ask questions if you're not certain about a color, and we'll try to help you get the right color that you really want, because we realize that everybody's computer screen looks a little bit different, and so it's really hard to judge a color on a computer screen. Just think of it like if you went into a TV store or a store that sells a ton of TVs, and you see all these TVs lined up, and you're looking at all the screens look a little bit different. The pictures on the screens, the colors look a little bit different. They're getting better. I will say that. They are getting better, but right now this is what we have to work with, so we do the best we can to let you have the information you need to make the right decisions. The next most frequently asked question I get is GlitterFlex washable? Can I put it in the dryer? The answer to the question is yes. You want to wash it inside out if you can. Now, when I was testing this, I just had a little test sew that didn't have a way to turn it inside out. It was just a square of fabric, and I threw it in the wash 6 times. I threw it in the dryer. It came out just fine, no problem. But I will say that if you are doing a garment, they do recommend that you turn it inside out, wash it cool, and tumble dry. So it's perfectly fine to wash and dry your GlitterFlex. That's not a problem. So I'm going to go over here and see what questions we might have that I can answer while we're still live. And again, if you're not, if you're coming in on the replay, still ask your questions. I do answer them as we go along. So Dina, I think that's how you say your name, says, if we cut on a scan and cut, do we remove the carrier or do we leave it and put it face down to cut? It's recommended that you leave the clear carrier on, you turn the carrier face down on your cutting mat, and then you cut from the back side, just like any other heat transfer vinyl. This is a type of heat transfer vinyl, so that clear carrier is in place so that if you're doing another type of project where you're not using it for embroidery, for example, you can take it, do some lettering, cut in mirror image. Do not cut right side up. Cut with the mirror image on your SVG file. You can take that, weed it, take out this, which means take off the stuff that you're not going to use, flip it over, and then press. And that way everything stays together. If, for example, if you're doing lettering. So that was a really good question. Anna, they are all so pretty. I wish that I could just be in a live room with all of you and show you all these colors where you could touch and see and look for yourself in person, because they are much prettier in person than they are even on the live feed. So I haven't had anybody yet that's received the GlitterFlex through the mail say, oh my goodness, this is not nearly as pretty as on the computer. Not one. Everybody just says, oh my goodness, these are just so pretty, so it's just hard to explain it, but all the girls like sparkle and I'm no different. Pam, how do you hoop it for machine embroidery? I do have a complete tutorial on how to use GlitterFlex with embroidery. It's on my website. If you go to www.sewinspiredbybonnie.com, under Tuesday's tips, look at GlitterFlex, and then you'll see one for GlitterFlex for embroidery. And there's a complete video on how to hoop and how to do it with, how to fuse it, and all those questions can be answered on that video. If not, shoot me an email and I will go into it further. Joanne asks, are there sampler packs with all the colors? Well, we have over 60 colors, and we have the, we have 60 colors on the website. I have one purple that I have to get on the website that's not up there yet, but currently we have 60 colors, and that is in the Gotta Have It All bundle, and we do have that available. We do not have smaller cuts. The smallest size in the, for the Gotta Have It All is the 10 by 12 sheets, and then we also have 10 by 18 size sheets. Our smaller grab bags, when they're available, we keep selling out of those. We have a grab bag and a mini grab bag, and those are just a random sampling of 10 colors. Let's see. That's all the questions that I see coming in right now. Again, please ask if you have any questions. We will get to them. We will not answer your questions. I think anybody that's been with us a while knows that we try really hard to answer everybody's questions, and if we haven't answered it, it's probably because we have not received it somehow. There was a hiccup in the internet or something where we didn't get it. Joanne, the price of the Gotta Have It All, I don't have, the single sheets are $3.95 on the 10 by 12, and the 10 by 18 currently are $5.25, so that would be times 60 for the Gotta Have It All grab bag. I think that covers our questions. Okay, so let's go on to my little tip that I have for you for this holiday shopping season. I was out shopping because my husband and I just went on a vacation, and we just got back about a week or so ago. And I, of course, like all girls, I had to go out and go shopping. And I came back home with some bags, and when I was lifting up the handles, I noticed that the handles were really pretty nice on these throwaway bags. And when I looked more closely at the handles, it was like cording. And I thought, oh my goodness, I can't throw that away. This is a really good trash to treasure. So they were just tied in a little knot. I untied it, really easy peasy to take it off of the paper bag. And I have this cording. And where I plan on using this cording is either in a drawstring tote or a drawstring bag, or I could even use it as a little bit wider piping, maybe on a little section of trim that I want to maybe put on the front of a purse or something of that nature. So when you're out shopping this season, I'm challenging you to take those not trash bags, but your shopping bags, look at the handles and see if that's something that you can salvage and maybe turn from trash into treasure. So just my little side tip for you right now. And I got mine, let's see, I was shopping at Chico's, and I think also Talbot's, I think, have those nice bags. But check, because you just never know what you're going to see. So if you have a favorite tip and you send it to me at Bonnie, let's send it to Bonnie at sewinspiredbybonnie.com. I will send, and I use it on one of my Tuesdays tip segments, I will send you free little sample of the 6x10 GlitterFlex. So send in your tips, because I might be sending you some GlitterFlex. As always, I want to thank you for spending a little bit of your busy day with me and sharing some tips and ideas. And until next time, I will see you next week. Have fun sewing. Bye-bye for now.